Okay, so the title is The Wind and the Sun. Okay, retold by Brenda Parks, illustrated by Joanna, oh my God, Shisawaska. Okay, now, okay, we're going to be listening for key details. Okay, and for the text features to know if it's an informational text or a fable or a folktale. Okay, so this is the beginning of the book. Okay, the title page, The Wind and the Sun. Okay, and just by looking right here, does it look like an informational text? Is it going to give us real information about the wind and the sun? Yes or no? No. Okay, do we see the sun with a face? Do we see the wind with a face? Okay. So we're going to start reading, okay? And it starts, one day, the wind and the sun were arguing about who was the strongest. Okay, so what are they arguing about? Very good. Who is the strongest? Okay, who is the strongest? Okay, thumbs up if you think the sun is the strongest. Show me thumbs up if you think the sun is the strongest. Now show thumbs down if you think, okay, so now it continues. Look at me, boasted the wind. I can blow clouds across the sky. I can toss cars and houses high. I can blow windmills round and round. I can blow trees out of the ground. Okay, so right here you can see everything that the wind says it can do. Okay, it can blow the clouds, okay, across the sky. It can toss houses around. Okay. It can blow the windmills. Look right here, how they're blowing super fast, round and round. I can blow trees out of the ground. Look at the tree right here. Okay, so those are the reasons that the wind is saying that it is stronger than the sun. So now let's listen, what does the sun respond? Okay. That's nothing, replied the sun. My heat is the strongest by far. My heat can melt ice. My heat can melt tar. My heat can dry rivers. My heat can dry land. Watch me melt the ice cream in these children's hands. Okay, so now the sun is saying why it is stronger than the wind. Okay, so it says, okay, it can melt ice. Okay, it can melt the tar. Okay, and the tar is where the cars drive by, the black, okay, the road. Okay, that's the tar, and look how it's melting right there. Okay, so it can melt that. It can dry the rivers. Look right here how it dried up this river. Okay, it can dry up the rivers. Okay, it can dry up the land. Okay, and it melted the ice cream on the children's hands right there. Now, think again. Who do you think is stronger? Now, both of them gave you the reasons, okay? Both of them gave you reasons. Okay. Back and forth argued wind and sun. Then they noticed a traveler walking down the road. I have an idea, said the wind. Whichever of us can make the traveler take off his cloak shall be recognized as the strongest. I will go first. Oh, so now the wind has an idea. Okay. So what is the idea that the wind has? Think, what is the idea that the wind has? Okay, so right here we see the wind. Okay, Sun agreed and he hid behind a cloud to watch. So here is the sun. Wind began to blow little gust. And little gust is when we feel the wind a little bit stronger, okay? So he started whoosh, 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 and you see the words getting bigger, the bold words. The traveler wrapped his cloak tightly across himself. Okay, so remember this is the cloak right here, okay? Harder and harder the wind blew. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The traveler wrapped his cloak more tightly across himself. Okay, so the traveler is getting the cloak and he's wrapping it tighter around himself. And right here you see the wind blowing really strong, yes or no? Do you see the wind blowing very strong? Yes. Okay, so let's see what happens next. The wind blew harder still. The harder the wind blew, the more tightly the traveler wrapped his cloak around himself. Okay, so look, the wind is blowing. Look at the wind, the drawing behind it and the illustration. Okay, so the wind is blowing harder, okay, and the traveler is wrapping the cloak tighter around himself, okay? And it's whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Finally, the wind gave up in despair. So what did the wind do? It what? Gave up. What did the wind do? He gave up, okay? So thumbs up. Who do you think is going to win? Sun? Show me thumbs up for the sun. Show me thumbs down for the wind. Okay, so we are going to stop there. Okay, and tomorrow we will continue reading and let's see what the sun will do. But before we stop, make your prediction. What do you think the sun is going to do? Let's predict what's happening in the next page and tomorrow we will check. Okay? So you need 2 clean pages. Remember how we've been doing it. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 lines. And you're going to make your line across. Okay? All the way across your lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, make your line all the way across. Remember, you need to leave space for your drawing on this side right here. So this space is smaller than this other space where we do the writing. Okay? So make your space for the drawing, and you're making the line all the way across down this way. Okay? And then you're going to write number 1, number 2, number 3. Key detail number 1. Okay, if you didn't finish making the lines for 4, 5, and 6, don't worry, you could do it later. Okay, we only need the ones on this side today. Okay, and we're going to start with key detail number 1. Okay. Ready? It's key detail number 1. So it's sun, sun, and wind, have an argument about who is stronger. So sun and wind have an argument about who is stronger. Okay, so you would be drawing the sun, and then you would be drawing the wind. Okay, arguing about who is stronger. A nice, beautiful drawing. Ms. Morales is just doing it quickly to show you. Okay, and it needs to be colored. Remember, boys and girls. Okay, now we're moving on to key detail number 2. And remember, if you do not finish copying right now, you could see it. I'll put the picture in Class Dojo so that you can continue copying it from there. Okay, so we're moving on to key detail number 2. Okay, and key detail number 2 is, let me change the color. Okay. They both give reasons why each is the strongest. Okay, so they each give reasons why they are the strongest. There, remember when Ms. Morales was annotating that I was circling the evidence of the wind, what he said he would do? And then when I was annotating, circling the evidence of the sun, right there, you're going to draw one of those. Okay, either the wind blowing out houses, okay, or the windmills, or the sun melting the tar or melting the ice cream cones. Okay, that's your illustration there. Okay, we're going to key detail number 3. And remember, if you're not done, you could finish copying from Class Dojo. Okay, key detail number 3. Okay, so after they decided, okay, that they gave the reasons who was the strongest, remember they saw the traveler. And what was their competition? Whoever made the what? That was the key detail. Whoever made the traveler take off the cloak, then would be the strongest. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, very good. So that's our key detail number 3. Whoever made the traveler take off his cloak, okay, so whoever made the traveler take off his cloak would be the strongest. Okay, so whoever made the traveler take off his cloak would be the strongest. And boys and girls, whatever you do not finish, I put the pictures in Class Dojo. Okay, so that you could go back and finish copying and doing what you need to do.